No one wants to work anymore. Do you see this or feel this across America?
All right, it's 4:48 a.m. and I'm up and I've had 2 cups of coffee, so let's get into this. I don't believe this is true. I work with 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds at one of my jobs. I work with millennials. I work with early 20s at another one of my job, and I work with people in their 30s, 40s, 50s in another job. And then at the farm, I work with guys, some of them in their 70s, maybe even 80s. I work with all generations. And every single one of us want to be at the job, and we show up and we do the job. And I think if you Google, and I'm going to try to find it and put it in the comments, the phrase, no one wants to work anymore, it goes back since the beginning of America. Every single decade has had newspaper articles, documentaries, interviews where somebody says, no one wants to work anymore. I'm working, but no one wants to work anymore. I think it's because we fall into this bubble where we're working in a job, and then that's our bubble, right? We just see people in that industry, in that company, and we've made the decision that we're going to do the job, and maybe we love it. Maybe we absolutely love the job, but other people don't. Or maybe we've just made the decision we've got to stay in this job. I think I grew up with the mentality that, like, my parents worked for Quaker Oats and Kmart, and they worked there until they retired, and they were given a good retirement package, and they were taken care of. They had medical. They got invited to the picnic still. They got invited to everything. They were treated really well, even after Quaker Oats kind of changed hands with PepsiCo and became part of PepsiCo and not just part of the Quaker Oats. But they raised me with the mentality, as I'm a Gen X, that you stay in the job and the loyalty and the hard work you put in will be appreciated and rewarded. No. So I got a career that I did love, but it wasn't my dream job. I have the ability to make any job I do pretty much a job that I can enjoy. I can twist it enough to make myself enjoy it. No, that's not true. The loyalty, it's no. So if a corporation says to you, we're going to treat you like family, be very skeptical. Even if you work for a family-run business and they're like, we're one big happy family, be careful. However, all 3 jobs that I have, all the employees that work there, that I work with, enjoy the job to the point where they show up on time. Sometimes early. We showed up early yesterday in 25-degree weather and winds because we'd love to be there and love to do the job. And it's not just about the job, it's because of the way we're treated and the way that we are appreciated on a daily basis. So I don't think this is true. I think that if your employees are, and of course, you're going to always have 1 or 2 off that are like, I hate my job. And no matter how good the job is, they're going to take advantage of it and all that. If you have a company, if you work for a company or you own a company where you have consistent turnover, or you have people that are not doing the job to par, or kind of like probably look at the job and not the people. Start to think, am I paying a living wage? Am I treating them well? Am I giving them the respect that they deserve? Am I appreciating them? What can I do to make their job better? You don't have to make it easier sometimes. Sometimes it's not about making it easier. It's about just making it so that they can function, that they can do their job. Whether it's giving them a little flexibility. A lot of times some of these companies, in small and large alike, get into pissing matches, and it's a power control thing when it's unnecessary. Because sometimes flexibility and giving people a right to make decisions that will empower them to help whatever's in front of them, the problem in front of them, have a solution, that can make all the difference in the world. Because when you feel powerless at a job and you feel like you can't do anything except wait for the manager or wait for the boss, and then they make a decision that you know is not right for the customer standing in front of you or for the job you're trying to do, that's a real quick way to get someone to walk out the door. So I don't believe that people don't want to work anymore. I think we need to look at some of the things that millennials, 20 to 30-year-olds are bringing to our attention now about the workforce, and pay attention to that. And I think Gen X's have a lot to, actually every generation has something to add. But we got to really listen, because people do want to work. They absolutely want to work, and they want to go to a job that fulfills their life. As when you spend half your life at a job, you really want, it's really much easier to go when it's something that you love.